What are the best represented characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Welcome to the video. I'm Later Manor, and I am joined once again by Dom and Jeno, two good friends of mine. Say hello.
I want to go home.
Good. So that's how we know that we have the perfect cast for this. When you want to go home, you don't want to do it. So we're here to do a little bit of an interesting list today. So the idea stems from, I'm very passionate about just like, especially Nintendo games, but really just all video games, about representation in Smash. I think over time, characters became way better represented as the newer games came out. And it made me realize that a lot of these older characters just have like really bad representation. So like, if you look at somebody like Steve, who has like every single one of their moves represented, like they reference something out of Minecraft, right? But then you compare them to something like Donkey Kong, who just punches a bunch and doesn't take anything from the games, or Mario, whose newest move is from Melee, right? Stuff like that. Like, basically, we're gonna see how much they cooked for their movesets being made, and basically, I want to show that in Ultimate they should have to remake movesets so that way they could better represent their series. But with that said, do y'all have anything to add before we get started?
Mainly just one thing is we have to take into consideration that these characters were designed in like 2016, because like you can't say like, oh, Mario doesn't have the elephant form from
Mario Wonder, right?
Because that just didn't exist at the time. So
right.
like you have to take into mind the material of like when Smash Ultimate was in development, like what material from this franchise was available at the time.
Right. That being said, on the same note, we will not, however, count like, sure, these Smash 64 characters came out on 64. However, the whole point here is to show that if they came out in Ultimate, they should have a reworked moveset, right? They shouldn't have copied the exact same moveset every single game.
Right.
Like, the fact that everybody freaked out that Link has one new move the moment we saw it is kind of crazy, right? Like, it shows, like, in Smash, we're just so used to these old movesets that we've had for ages. So this has nothing to do with how the characters play. This is just how their moveset represents their original game series, or Easter eggs and whatever will be considered. Also Final Smashes. Anyway, starting with Mario. Any thoughts?
Well, you already mentioned how like Mario's newest move is from Sunshine. It's Flood. And overall, I just think Mario is just a series that has so much material to pull from both the mainline games and its countless spin-offs, that like Mario is just incredibly boring and is a very bad representation of the character.
I feel like boring makes sense then. So so just going through it, Mario does have some moves. I don't think it's a did they even try, because he does have some stuff there. Like, obviously he has Fire Flower, that's a given. He has a cape from Mario World, but it doesn't operate like from Mario World at all. Like, it's basically not even the same thing at all.
Like, well, with the cape, like, yeah, it's like you can like stop and like reflect, like launch Koopa shells upward with the cape, but it's also not like,
I guess it's just so like, I don't know, it's too headcanon-y, right?
Right. It's like the way he uses it, where he just swipes it once. I feel like it should have been more like the spin that he does with the cape.
I think more importantly, like, the fact that they don't showcase more of Mario's power-ups or more from the 3D Mario games is very telling. I mean, again, like, I think, because if we go back to the Smash 64 moveset mentality of this, the most recent game that they showed when this was in development was Mario 64. So he just has a bunch of punches, right? It's just nothing.
I have the game booted up right now. I'm like kind of messing around with Mario in the training mode. Like his punch kick from Mario 64, like that's a great jab combo. But like, why doesn't he have like
Right, like I'm okay with that for his A moves, but why? Yeah, right. But like why his special moves?
Like his down air, like his down aerial is like a little twirl, and I'm like, that's fine, but like why isn't it like the ground pound?
Yeah, no, literally. Why does Mario not have a ground pound? Why doesn't he have like the spin from Mario Galaxy, or why doesn't he have Cappy as a side B that you could jump on and like do more aerial stuff? I don't know. Like, there's so much you could choose between. Hell, Mario, if we're going based off of, like, DLC characters, again, like Jeno said, has some of the most representation possible that he could pull from. You know, he could have a whole meter that he could pull from, like, power-ups, right? Like, why not?
Right.
Like, there's so much you could do with Mario, but, you know, they just didn't, so he's boring. He's very, very boring. Yeah. That being said, I actually think Flood kind of carries a good bit. I mean, it sounds stupid, but it is... Like,
if this was like Brawl, I'd agree.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just think like he has enough to not be Did They Even Try at the very least.
Right. But like, at the same time, it's like he doesn't have a flying power up.
Yeah,
like
he has so much,
but like he doesn't fly with it. It's like a reflect.
There's actually so much missed opportunity. Like I actually wonder if Mario is the most missed opportunity on this list. Like he actually has so much to pull from. It's actually crazy. Do you think that that's enough to put in Did They Even Try?
No, I just think because like they definitely did, but they just didn't update him as the games continued.
Right.
So it's just kind of boring at this point.
Yeah, boring is fair. That being said, did they even try?
No.
No, not for Donkey Kong.
So this is honestly, I'm having trouble thinking of a character I'd put below Donkey Kong on this list. Maybe this is just because I'm a big Donkey Kong Country fan, but like I actually hate how Donkey Kong is represented in the game. He doesn't have a single move from any of his games. I think it's such a given that he should have a barrel throwing attack as like his side B. He's literally Donkey Kong. All of his moves are just punches, and I think it's like kind of annoying that he doesn't have like a specified roll special move, and you could like use that to roll off edge and like jump out of it to do aerial combos, stuff like that. I mean, what else is there even to say?
I mean, like he could also have used like how Bowser Jr. has like how Wario and Bowser Jr. have like their like side Bs where they like pull out the motorcycle, or like the clown car like gets the wheels or whatever. Mm-hmm. He could have like used like one of like the animal buddies. Like those,
oh my god, you're so right.
Like the rhino one where you can like, just charge forward.
Dude, you're so right. Yeah. Wait.
That's better what I was gonna say. I was like, oh, he could just put a minecart down and just
go no, but you're not wrong though. You're not wrong though. He could do a minecart.
Steve has the minecart, you know. Like...
Yeah, but it is true that like the minecart stages are a staple in Donkey Kong Country. Like they're in all the Donkey Kong Country games. So yeah, I could absolutely see that. That's a good point. Honestly, his up B could be the rocket from Donkey Kong Country Returns. There's a bunch of those rocket stages. Damn. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, he could also have partners, right? Like he could have Diddy Kong as a partner. That being said, obviously Diddy Kong's his own character, so it's a little weird.
Well, I mean, Crom's in Robin's Final Smash.
That's true. That being said, oh, by the way, Mario's Final Smash sucks ass as well. Like, what the frick is that?
Yeah, we didn't.
In fact, did they even try?
It's forgettable.
But yeah, it's that forgettable for sure.
I still think that they should have made his Final Smash a Mega Mushroom.
Yeah, I mean something, right? Yeah. Or even like the star, right? Could work. Like,
yeah, but that's a bit basic. I feel like a Mega Mushroom is funny.
I mean, it is. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And speaking of Final Smashes, isn't it crazy how the most representation for Donkey Kong's moveset is Donkey Konga?
It is, but that was taken out. That's not even an ultimate.
Yeah, but like throughout like Donkey Kong's like entire run in Smash, it was Donkey Konga.
Yeah, it was.
And now it's like,
honestly, that was a cool Final Smash.
And now it's just like a flurry of punches from which technically it's from like Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, but like still it's just a flurry of punches.
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of boring.
But yeah, the Conga beat was actually kind of interesting because it's like you play like a rhythm game as a Final Smash. It actually is kind of cool. But I mean, again, that's not an ultimate, so can't really count it. Yeah, no, I have trouble actually thinking of another character that is lower. I mean, by technicality, there are some that are coming up that are like a little bit weird to rank, but we'll figure that out once we get to them. Link is next. Donnie, how about you start this one for us?
Oh god. For a start, I'm gonna put him in mid.
Mid. Okay.
He's not staying there, but I'm gonna put him in mid just because when he first came to the game, I think he had like a pretty good moveset. Like he had a boomerang, he had a bow, he had a bomb. Pretty average for Zelda games.
Yeah, I guess okay.
And then he goes lower because there's so many things that they could have done.
Exactly. Yeah. So I was gonna say something similar. In hindsight, maybe I was giving him a little bit too much hate before we started recording. So the links as a whole, I mean, we're not gonna get to Toon Link and Young Link for a while, but the problem I have with them is that they all have the exact same moveset, when realistically they absolutely could all have completely different movesets. But yeah, I guess in hindsight, like, when I just look at Zelda as a whole and act like this is the only character and not the other three, like, he has a boomerang, he has a bow, he has bombs, right? That's, like, all the main stuff from Zelda. It's actually not that, like, far-fetched, right?
Right, but, like, the thing is when you have multiple links, it's like you said that they should be designed after their game.
Exactly. I think honestly, with context that there is multiple links, that's what brings Link down for me more than anything.
Yeah, because they went into Ultimate knowing that there's going to be 3 links in this game.
Right.
And then they knew one of them was going to be from Breath of the Wild. And the only thing they did with him was they removed the Gale boomerang and just gave him a regular boomerang. They gave him remote bombs. They took out his like hook shot because he doesn't have the hook shot.
They actually nerfed it.
They actually nerfed him a bit. And then they gave him like a new final smash, which is just like the Guardian arrows, which I guess that's from Breath of the Wild.
But it's just like so lame.
Kind of a boring final smash.
Well, the thing that makes it.
They could have used.
What could they have used?
Oh, it was like for Final Smash, they had. Because you mentioned it earlier, but for Final Smash, I feel like that better would have been like. Oh god, I remember the move name, but like the Gerudo's protection or whatever it's called, like the Thunder one.
Oh right.
Like that could have been a good.
That could have worked. I mentioned. Yeah, that could definitely work. I also like the idea of using all the beasts. What do they call it in Breath of the Wild? The
Divine Beasts.
Divine Beasts, yeah. It could have been all the Divine Beasts blasting their lasers at the opponent, because that's what they do in the final Ganondorf fight. That could have been it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
And honestly, that would have been a great final smash because in Ultimate, like a lot of the final smashes, they became like cinematic.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't really play them anymore. Like you can't like control the final smash.
Yeah,
they're
they
like
got rid of all controllable final smashes.
That would have been like a really nice like just a nice cinematic to have as the final smash. But like it goes even further because like Link, like the only room that he has from Breath of the Wild is the remote bombs. But like at the same time, it would have been harder to put like magnesis or stasis or
I think they could have made stasis work.
The ice one.
They could have made stasis work because you could pause like enemies. Like that could actually just be a counter.
But
as
like
lame
having
as that
having that as an attack at your disposal at all time is kind of cheap for a fighting game.
No, I just meant like it could act as a counter, like Shulk style, right?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say Bayonetta has that.
Maybe, yeah, but at the same time, it's like they could have used like I forget what they call them, but like
the champions absolutely should have been a part of his moveset.
Yeah, the champions.
So
powers, like
100%, it's not Breath of the Wild Link without the paraglider. I'm going to say that right away. All right.
Oh, that's so true.
The paraglider is integral to Breath of the Wild, and the fact that that's not part of his kit is absolutely ridiculous. And they could have done Rivali's Gale as the up B, and then into the paraglider to glide. It would be an insane recovery, but I think it's deserving. Hello, like what do you do in Breath of the Wild? You literally fly all over the place. That's kind of the point.
Like,
yeah,
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I feel like the obvious one to get rid of if they added Rivali's Gale would be his up B, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, just like his up B would be like Revali's Gale into the glider. But like another one I was thinking of, and I didn't mention it earlier.
Well, wait, Dom, were you trying to say that that's bad that they would get rid of the circle? I mean the spin attack?
Yeah.
So the thing is, I would agree again if Link was the only Link. Young Link easily could rep the spin attack 100%. Not all Links need to have the spin attack. They just don't.
That's true, but also I'd actually give the spin attack more to like Toon Link.
That'd be fine too.
He actually has that spin attack in Wind Waker.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of the skills you can unlock is like the tornado like the tornado slash.
Right. Yeah. No.
And that's just tornado slash, but in the air. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I just think Link, especially with the context that it could be Breath of the Wild Link, it's just a huge missed opportunity.
Right, and then just one more idea I had for Link was for the final Smash. It's two more ideas technically. The final Smash is just like the ancient arrows, which like those are like like original to Breath of the Wild. But I was also thinking like it could have been like Link shooting light arrows on his horse, like from the final boss of the game.
Well, it could be that. But I just realized another idea, right? Instead of just a basic ass bow, how about let us switch between arrow types, right? Like another meter. Like again, now that Ultimate DLC is out and we've seen these meters for like half the DLC characters, like we could assume that some of these characters could have meters too, even the older ones. So why not?
Yeah,
right? Let us switch arrow types. You could use ice arrows, fire arrows, bomb arrows. You can use them all in the Breath of the Wild. Why not here?
Yeah, kind of like how Kirby, like how like you can get rid of his copy ability with a taunt. There should be a taunt that like switches what kind of arrows you have.
Well, that'd be. I will say the taunting thing is very unused. I think it could still be used a different way besides taunting.
Right, but
I agree to an extent. Yeah.
Like that's how you could switch arrows is like you press a taunt and it does a different, because like Sora, like I know I'm jumping ahead here, but like Sora is his neutral B is like 3 different attacks, but they just swap out every time you press B.
Right.
But like I feel like Link, like to make it more like Breath of the Wild, it could be like a taunt and you can just like every time you taunt it changes.
Right. Anyway, it's a bummer. I do think it's nice that they at least did the remote bomb. It's something, but they definitely could have done a lot more. I would still constitute the character as boring, considering all the missed potential they have.
Definitely. And also, one more thing I wanted to add on. Yoshi's shield is like an egg.
Oh yeah, that could be Daruk's protection.
It could have been Daruk's protection.
And just as a mini thing, how cool would it be is after you died...
And it's the exact same thing. It's just a bubble shield.
What if after you died, Mipha's Grace, like you could see Mipha in the background, like when you're spawning in?
It's like a cool little Easter egg.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Kind of like how when Mega Man dies, like he has like the little like particle.
Yeah,
effects.
Absolutely. Like why not, right?
Yeah, why not? Like just like for that, like that is like kind of like just like a nitpick, but like. Because it's not really like an attack or anything. It's
but like I think anything that the character is repping should be considered. Like whenever we get to Mega Man, I would absolutely count the death animation because it's something. It's representing something from the game, right?
Right.
It's not specifically the move sets, basically. It's how the character as a whole is repped. But yeah, let's move on to Samus. So I think I'm the only person that's played 2D Metroid, right?
I've only played Zero Mission out of the entire Metroid series.
Have you played Metroid, Dom?
The Metroid on Nintendo Land.
Ha! Okay, that's goated though.
It was.
It was goated. Anyway, Samus. So, what bums me out about Samus? So, obviously this moveset, it's 64 isms. Very basic compared to what all the new abilities that Samus has gotten over the years.
Right.
But even in 64, it was so clearly based fully on Super Metroid, but it wasn't done great. So she has like super missiles and basic missiles that don't like, they kind of are similar to how they act in Super Metroid.
Yeah, like she again, like I have the game open right now. I'm just like messing around with Samus. She has like the homing missiles.
Right. It's just weird because I don't even think she has homing missiles. Like I don't even think that's a thing.
It might be in like Metroid Prime.
And the way that her
again,
charge,
Metroid Prime,
the way that her charge attacks work in Smash isn't really accurate. I mean, I don't know. Samus is just a little. She could just have so much more, right? Her bombs, like this is like a big headcanon-y thing, but I really wish that you could bomb jump with Samus. It'd be way too OP, but it'd be so cool. So bomb jumping.
I mean, like, bomb technically you can, but like it's not really that big of a thing, you know?
No, you can't bomb jump in Ultimate.
I'm doing it right now, actually.
No, you cannot bomb jump to infinity. I'm talking like from bottom of screen to top.
Not to infinity, but it's there, but like you can't like spam it, you know? To,
no,
like, get,
see,
like,
in all Metroid, even Metroid Dread, you can actually bomb jump to infinity. Like you could get infinite height in Metroid with bombs.
Yeah, it's actually kind of insane. I remember messing around with it when I was playing Zero Mission. It was really fun.
Yeah, so that's like a staple in Metroid, and that's not in the game. So suddenly, bombs being her down B just feels like really lame. Like at that point, why not do like a super mine? Like the thing with Samus is that there's a very wide, like it's a Metroidvania, right? So there's a lot of options to pull from, and it just feels like the options that they picked are so milquetoast, like so boring. There's so many other options.
There's even more when you consider like Metroid Prime. Like it doesn't have to be just 2D.
No, 100%.
There's Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
Or like Metroid Other M, which has like, you know, like more stuff to do, like, more attacks, more beams and stuff like that.
That being said, I also don't think that she's a did they even try. I just think she's boring again.
Yeah, and again, like we said this earlier, like a lot of these early characters are going to be boring just because they didn't update them when they got like new games. Yeah.
I mean, this is like, again, in Smash 64, I actually might even say that this would be like mid or good. But even then, like Super Metroid definitely had way cooler things to pull from.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Oh, by the way, I guess we never really ranked in the tier. Do y'all agree with Link above Mario?
I do. I do solely for the fact that his newest move comes from his newest game at the time.
That's fair.
Like,
and Mario's newest move is Flood, and that's from Melee.
Mario has like Cappy in his taunt and like the wedding outfit, but like that's nothing. That's
okay.
Really nothing.
I will say Easter eggs do still count. They're just not as big as actual moves, right? Like I would still count the Easter eggs. They're just very minimal.
Yeah, definitely. But like when it's just like an outfit, like a whole outfit is cool. Like he has like the builder outfit and the wedding outfit, but like
I don't know if I'd actually count skins.
They don't do anything. They don't do anything.
I don't know if I'd count skins, but I might count like taunts, maybe, right?
Yeah, and like what Mario has like Cappy, like he throws Cappy in like one of his taunts, I think.
Yeah.
Or like
it's not much.
I forget exactly which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
And like when he does his up B, sometimes purple coins appear. But purple coins.
Ooh, purple coins.
Mario Odyssey.
Insane.
But that's literally it, you know.
Yeah. No. Okay. But I also think Samus is boring. Where do y'all think in the tier?
Probably below Mario, only because they really did not add anything to her. Like for years, like she's been the same since like Melee.
Yeah, you're actually right. You're actually right. When I think about it that way, that is crazy. Like she's been kept the same more than any of these characters so far.
Right, and like in Brawl, like they at least added like Zero Suit Samus as like her final smash, and like that's huge. But like Zero Suit Samus is a separate character now, and now this is just Samus, and it's just the same as she was in Melee essentially.
Yeah, you're actually right. Holy crap! All right, yeah, I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, she was literally kept the exact same. Like, I don't even think there's like an Easter egg or anything that's like from a new game. I actually don't.
Maybe like a. No, I'm pretty sure these taunts are exactly the same too.
Dark Samus.
Dark Samus, yo.
They cooked.
They cooked, dude.
Everybody wanted Dark Samus, bro.
the thing about Dark Samus is that it's just Samus again. Like she's not floatier. Like she has like floatier animation.
Excuse me, she does float. Dark Samus floats literally.
Yeah, no, like her animations, she looks like she's floatier, but like when you actually playing as a character, it's not floatier at all.
Yeah,
it's literally just Samus again.
I would actually
put him.
It's weird because like with Echo Fighters, like the point is that they're trying not to try. Like, should I just put her next to Samus, or should I do Did They Even Try, because they literally changed nothing. Maybe I should do Did They Even Try, because there's other Echo Fighters like Chrom that actually change the moveset a little bit.
Or like Ken.
Yeah, no, literally. They're like different characters. I know that Lucas isn't an echo of Ness, but like as an example, like yeah, they have all the same types of names for moves, but all the moves act completely differently. I actually think Dark Samus is like the exact same character. Like I don't think they're even different.
Oh no, she quite literally is.
Maybe that is a Did They Even Try? Like below Donkey Kong. Would y'all agree with that?
Nah, put her at least above Donkey Kong.
You think so? Really?
Because she does levitate.
Insane.
She do be floated, man.
She do be floating though. That's fine. I'm not against that. Let's do that. Okay. Yoshi. Jeno actually brought this up before the recording. Because I was saying, honestly, I think Kirby's gonna be the only high tier character in 64. But Yoshi is actually like a little bit better than I expected.
Yeah, because like Yoshi, like if you're like in all of the Yoshi games, Yoshi plays the exact same. He has his tongue, the flutter jump, the eggs. It's the ground pound. It's all the same thing. They don't really like add new stuff to Yoshi, and even in like Crafted World, it's just Yoshi.
Right. It's still the same moveset, even though it looks different.
Right, but like they have everything. Like they have the flutter jump. They have the ground pound.
Yeah.
You eat opponents and turn them into eggs. And you can even throw eggs, and like they really do have everything that Yoshi does.
It's weird because it is kind of a like
it's basic, but also it's exactly what it should be.
Right.
Like the only thing I could think of that they could have added is like the stuff from Mario, like the shells from Mario World.
Yeah,
like,
I guess. Okay,
I was going. That would be hard to do because like.
So the thing is that they didn't go above and beyond, but they did everything they needed to.
Yeah, and like even then, like the wing, like the blue shell giving you the wings and the red shell giving you fire breath, they did that for his final smash. Like in previous games, in Ultimate, they changed it to like the Yoshi's running from like Melee's intro, but still like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like again, like you said, flutter jump is a double jump. Makes a lot of sense. Up B being egg throwing, that's literally what he does in all of his games. He eats people just like in his games. He ground pounds. Yoshi created the ground pound before Mario. It makes sense it's his down B. Like
yep.
I actually don't think I actually think he's good.
Like the only thing I can think of that like Yoshi doesn't have is like the big eggs from like Yoshi's New Island, but
which
like,
nobody wants anyway. That game sucks ass.
I know, but like at the same time, it's like you don't really need that
because
that's
really
just a gimmick from one specific game.
Yeah, I actually think. What would actually bring Yoshi to They Cooked for me? I know I just said I wouldn't count skins. But if they added Woolly Yoshi and changed all of his eggs to wool eggs, like
that would be sick.
That'd be so fire.
I mean, like, they do have like the Crafted World skin in Ultimate, but
yeah, it doesn't change much. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
ugly
so
as all hell too.
Yeah. I don't know why they chose the Crafted over Wool. Wool Yoshi's way better for sure.
Because Crafted was the newer game at the time, and but I just think it doesn't look good in Ultimate's lighting.
But yeah, the more I think about it, I'm very satisfied with Yoshi. I don't think there's much else they really could have done. I mean, again, they didn't go above and beyond, so they didn't cook, but like it's good. Like I'm satisfied with it.
And another thing is like they like Yoshi is like the only character in the game to have like a unique like shield animation.
That's true. He becomes an egg just for pressing the shield. Like it's just cool. Like it's just little things, right? Do all three of us
I
agree
really
with
have
the
nothing to
first
complain
good?
about with Yoshi. I really have nothing to complain about with Yoshi.
Dom, how do you feel about good? Or do you think it should be lower?
I'm just sad they didn't give him a skin with a baby on his back.
Wait.
That's true.
Wait. If they had, okay, that would have been a they cook. That would have been a they cook if they just had baby Mario.
I understand because of legal reasons, you know, like fighting him with a baby on his back, not the best.
You're just beating up a baby.
No. Hear me out.
There was a counter. There's a counter.
Given him a mechanic. No, they could have given him a mechanic where if Yoshi gets launched far enough, the baby falls off.
The baby falls off, gets into a bubble, and then a timer starts showing. The baby starts crying, and they get taken by the what's it called from Yoshi's Island, and you just instant die if baby Mario gets taken.
Or we go a different approach, right? Like how Peach has Toad as a block.
Oh.
Yoshi uses the baby as a block.
Pause. They're cooking. They're cooking.
But here's another one I literally just thought of when you said the babies. Every single Yoshi skin, like you know how like it's a different color Yoshi, could also have a different baby on the back from like Yoshi's Island DS.
They could. I will say.
But again, at this point, it's like we're asking for like too much at that point.
Yeah.
It's just like that's like we're asking for like.
Plus Yoshi's Island DS, like that's the gimmick of that game.
Character models on their back, you know, like it doesn't change how they play.
Right. I can see Baby Mario. The different babies though, that's a little bit because again, DS is the only game where it's the different babies like that.
Right.
I think mechanically Yoshi does everything right. I don't think there's anything to complain about here.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Kirby.
But one more thing about Yoshi. Put him in mid. They removed Black Yoshi.
True. Honestly, did they even try? Oh my god, I'm so pissed they got rid of Black Yoshi. That was my favorite skin.
Didn't they remove Fire Mario as well?
Bro, okay, that one actually makes no sense.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here, man.
That, you know what? Mario, did they even try? Let me stop. That is so weird though. Fire Mario. Why? I feel like that's such a given.
Because why have a power up
Fire
where
Mario,
you could be getting married?
Like Wedding Mario and Builder Mario.
But why not have all of them? I just don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Like Fire Mario should just be a given.
Yeah, and the fact that Mario's alt colors are actual alt colors and not just different power-up outfits, like
it's
Penguin
such
Mario.
A bummer. Honestly, Mario, Smash Bros. In general should have way more interesting skins for characters. Like, I mean, this is a brawl thing, but like me and Dom should have always said that like Mr. L from Super Paper Mario should have been a skin for Luigi as an example.
Yep. I still think that DLC costumes for this game would be insane.
Yeah, because why not, right? Like,
yeah, but I ain't paying money for a skin, man.
Okay, depending on what it is, like I'd spend $1 for like a character's skin pack, like multiple skins for a character. Right?
Like think about it this way: Mii costumes were 75 cents.
Yeah.
A full $1 for like a DLC costume.
If it's a good skin,
like
if it's a good skin, like actually changes like the model of the character too. Like, yeah, I think that's worth it. Yeah,
like for example, like if they gave because I'm gonna be a nerd for a second. Like how Xenoblade Definitive Edition came out after Smash Ultimate. If they gave Shulk like his future connected outfit, like I'd buy that.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no,
like,
I agree. I think like drastic skin changes, I could see, you know, paying for it depending on what it is.
Right.
Anyways, Kirby.
Kirby's honestly, again, like,
is this a they cooked? Is the question.
I think it has to be, just because every character has a copy ability, and like we were talking about it a little bit earlier, before the recording, where like, yeah, the copy abilities aren't like the copy abilities from the game,
from Kirby,
but but at the same time, it's a lot cooler that they made all these copy abilities and all these designs that are based on other characters.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a like, if they did the copy ability idea. So my other idea was, let's say you suck up Charizard, that could give you Fire Kirby, right? And then your entire moveset changes to be Fire Kirby. So at that point, if you're making a completely different moveset for each Kirby copy ability, I actually do think it's at least equivalent, maybe even a little more interesting than, just copying the special move of every character. Because let's be honest here for a second. Is there ever a time where you actually copy someone's special move and genuinely use it in the fight, like, consistently?
It really is situational. It really just depends on how good that character's neutral special is.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think it'd be a lot. I mean, this is like an impossible amount of work. But imagine if like you literally copied the character, right? I mean, no, that would be kind of dumb, admittedly.
That is an impossible amount of work.
Yeah, that is an impossible amount of work, right? But anyway, no, or maybe not even all of Kirby's copy abilities, because that's also a crap ton of work if you change his entire moveset for that much. But like, again, Kirby has a lot of movesets, right? In Kirby games, because I've played like all the Kirby games, like Kirby's entire moveset changes every single time he gets a copy ability, and I feel like it's a little bit of a bummer to not showcase that a little bit. I think his base moveset's a little basic.
I'm messing around with him right now. So he has the stone, he has the hammer.
The hammer's fine.
He has the sword.
The sword is dumb. I actually think he could do so many other things for his up B. I actually think Final Cutter is dumb. Like, it's on the same level as Cape for Mario. Like, why is that his up B? Makes no sense. He has so many, like, he could have had Wing, he could have had Jet. He has so many flying abilities. And he chose Final Cutter, which is the final combo off of one of the Cutter skills. That makes no sense. Cutter could have been a basic attack. Like, he could have just used Cutter a little bit. That could have been his combo, his A combo. Because Cutter's a combo ability in Kirby. So, anyway, yeah. So that's the two other things, right? So, there's two sides to it. Honestly, his copy ability's fine. I'm 100% cool, like, saying, yeah, they cooked with that idea, right? You copy the special move of every character. That's very cool, no matter what. And you get a little cool hat bonus, right?
Right.
I'm fine with that. I'm not going to say that that's a bad decision they did that, because it isn't. It's awesome. That being said, I think his base moveset might actually be enough to bring him down to good. Because, again, like, Final Cutter is stupid. I think that's a terrible idea for up B. Hammer's fine.
Well, here's the thing about his base moveset is,
I guess, to be fair, down B's fine for Rock.
Sakurai created Kirby, right?
Right.
But he is very partial to the games that he worked on.
Superstar, yeah. It's mostly Superstar Kirby.
Especially Superstar. That he doesn't really have, like, a lot of newer stuff in the game. Like, even, like, the music, the stages, the items, a lot of it's, like, not newer stuff. It's all from, like, Superstar.
Right. I don't know.
I say bring him down.
You think so as well?
I do think that brings him down.
Mainly just because after playing like a lot of the Kirby games, I am so sad that his Final Smash is what it is. Because let me paint you a picture.
It's the big sword from Return to Dreamland.
Yeah.
I actually like that Final Smash. What did you want?
No, man. Imagine the Final Smash. It was like Crash or like Mike. Like
that's fair, actually.
Instead, we have a basic ass sword, which looks like a mixture of Link and Ike's, and it's like, come on.
To be fair, I can see your argument for it. I like the big sword because it is still a reference. It's not just basic. Like, it's a reference to the super abilities from Return to Dreamland.
Right.
It's not just like a nothing. It definitely is still a reference. But yeah, I could see the argument for Crash, because Crash is in more games, right? Technically, the big sword ability is only in Return to Dreamland. But I do love Return to Dreamland.
It could be like a big, like, robot from, like,
Robobot.
From Planet Robobot, yeah.
Robobot is actually my favorite Kirby game, like, single player. Like, that game is so good.
I have yet to play that one.
It's so good. I recommend it. I actually think it's the best single player Kirby game. Return to Dreamland stomps as a co-op one, though. Anyway, I don't know.
I feel like for the super ones, right, or for Return to Dreamland or whatever they're called, I feel like they could have just made that as like charge smashes. Because like in the game, you see them go from basic to bigger and bigger, which is kind of perfect for like a charge smash.
Mm-hmm. I just think like his aerials could be like, to be they cooked. All right, I think they cooked is another level, right?
Yeah, they cooked is like literally everything is taken from another. Like
Exactly. Like every single, like even the aerials, like every A attack, like everything is perfect.
Right.
And I don't think that's Kirby. I actually don't.
I'll be honest. I can only think of like one person who I think actually deserves A tier or S tier.
What is that, Steve?
It's Minecraft Steve.
No. Okay, maybe two now because you brought it up.
What's the other one? I'm curious.
Snake.
Snake.
I have never played.
Have you played a Metal Gear game, Dom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Because me and Gino haven't. We talked about that before the list. Good.
I have
when we get there.
Metal Gear collection. I've never played it.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up because I don't think we're getting them today to begin with, but
yeah, probably not. Well, yeah, we're only going up to Melee.
Yeah, but for him, I got like a list. He's like honestly the only person I could see being in S tier.
Well, that's fair enough. I can't comment much on that character. We'll get to him when we get to him. But yeah, no, with Kirby, like he has a lot of those like weird, like just like headcanon-y stuff. Like he swirls in the air as a neutral air. You know, like what does that mean? Like that's not really referencing anything.
Yeah, it's like a lot of the characters just have like punch kick because it's a fighting game.
That being said, like obviously the copy ability carries a lot, and honestly, it's not as bad as I'm giving him credit for. Like down B being the Rock makes a lot of sense. Hammer's fine.
And it's not just the Rock. It's not just Stone. Like there's like references in there. Like
that's
like
true. Actually,
there's a chest from Breath of the Wild.
Fudge. Is that enough? That's a good Easter egg though. Maybe it could be bottom they cooked.
I think put him in they cooked for now, but if like another character comes along and we're like, yeah, they definitely cooked, we can always move him back down like to top of the.
At the end of the day, it is important to note that Kirby, besides Steve, maybe has the most work put into him. Like,
oh yeah, no, definitely because
like you have to. That's so many moves.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Every character they have to go back and be like, yeah. There's
Petey Piranha was pretty detailed.
That's true.
That's true, though.
I will fight for Piranha Plant being higher than mid. All right.
No, okay, but unironically though, it's sad how well designed Piranha Plant is compared to freaking Mario.
It truly is.
It's actually sad.
We're getting way too ahead of ourselves.
I agree. We can leave him in they cooked for now. But maybe we'll drop him if there's a lot more.
We can always move him around later.
Yeah, because I do think Kirby's a good amount above Yoshi at the very least.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, Fox. So the thing with Fox, so this is going to be the same thing as Captain Falcon, whenever and Falco for that matter. So at the time, you know, there was
two Star Fox games. All right, there was two Star Fox games at the time when Smash
64 came out. Yes. It's very complicated for this character because obviously we're comparing like a space shooter type beat thing, like on rails, like kind of shooting thing.
Yeah, it's an on rails space shooter, and you never actually play as Fox,
right?
Like outside of the R wing.
This is where it becomes very weird to rank because I don't think it's fair to just say did they even try, like just flat out.
Because they obviously did try because they had to make a moveset for a character that you do not play as. Ever.
Yeah. So, but is there anything from Star Fox in Fox's moveset? Maybe the reflector. The reflector might. Well, I guess he has a little blaster. You know, like it's close enough.
Now we're on Ultimate, and there's been games like Star Fox Adventures and like Star Fox Assault, where like he has been seen outside of his ship before.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point because we're talking about Ultimate.
But it hasn't been, but like it doesn't really represent that because like those games are more like exploration games, and Fox is all about like in Smash he's all about like get in quick, do quick damage, get out. You know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's also like. I don't know. Would it be that insane to, like, include the ship in his moveset somehow? Like, outside of a Final Smash?
It would be kind of weird. Isn't there like in the Star Fox games, isn't there like a not the Landmaster, but like a little like remote ship, like a tiny like remote device or like thing that he has?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a thing that he has. Again, my Star Fox knowledge is not the best.
Mine isn't that great either. To be fair, we're not very well equipped. I don't think Dom has much knowledge about Star Fox either.
They didn't give him a do a barrel roll taunt, so did they even try?
Did they even try?
They did not give him
what were they even thinking? I don't know. It's very weird. I think boring is fair. I don't.
It's kind of boring. It really just is. Hey, he's fast. He punches. He kicks. He has a laser.
Did they even try? I think should be reserved for characters that have a ton of potential, but
oh yeah, definitely
did not fulfill that, right? Whereas they did what they could with Fox. I feel like.
Yeah. And also, Fox is another situation where like they haven't really updated his character since like Melee.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Fox is fine. By the way, we're on to Melee characters.
No, we're not.
Fox is. Oh my God, you're right. Fox is in 64. I'm tripping.
Yeah, no. Jigglypuff's in 64.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's just when you said Melee, all I could think about was Melee Fox. So I just like assumed that Fox was from Melee. Because I mean that's the most popular character in that game.
Yeah, wave dashing, bro.
Pikachu. Pikachu's fine. I actually think this might be your first mid. I think he's fine. Like
the thing about a lot of Pokemon characters is that the moves, the way they're visualized, is heavily just based on how the moves are described because Game Freak is lazy.
Yeah, there isn't as much animation to go off of. Thunderbolt's pretty good though. I mean, I think Thunderbolt is pretty blatantly like that's a good down B, I think. There's some other weird ones though, like why does he have a charge Skull Bash type beat thing? A bit odd. Thunder Shock is fine. I don't know. I mean, do y'all think it should just be boring?
I mean,
I think he's fine. I don't. Okay, the thing is, like, I think Link is a more interesting character, but Link has so much more missed potential than Pikachu has. Like, what could they do with Pikachu is my question that they didn't do.
Right.
The only thing...
And it's not like a Yoshi thing where it's like they did everything that they could.
Yeah, they did everything they could with Yoshi. They just didn't go above and beyond.
Right, but like with Pikachu, it's like what more could they have done?
Right.
It's not like because like Pikachu has like all like the different moves that he can learn, but like at the same time, it's like you don't need everything.
I guess maybe if I was to nitpick a little bit, I think
he literally has everything.
I think if I was gonna nitpick a little bit, to be fair, we're not comparing Pikachu to Yoshi. I mean, Yoshi's definitely way better than Pikachu. I'm wondering I'm wondering if
comparing it like to another character in Smash.
I'm wondering if Pikachu should be higher than Link, basically, and I think so. Again, like the missed opportunity for Link is a huge reason why I would put him in boring. Because for Link, it's insanely boring. For Pikachu, I don't think what they did with Pikachu is that boring. It's just Pikachu. Like, what else could they do?
Like you think of Pikachu, and it's like, yeah, Thunderbolt.
Yeah, like
whatever.
Realistically, as long as he has a Thunderbolt attack, how could they mess up, right?
Really? Yeah. He plays like a rat. He fights like a rat.
He is a rat.
He is a rat.
I don't know. Am I wrong? Like, I think the only thing they could have done
I really
better.
cannot think of anything else they could have done for Pikachu.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's just
because
it's Pikachu. It's just kind of boring because there isn't really much else you can do with it.
Like, it might be by definition boring, but I don't think that's really accurate to the tier itself on what it means. Like, to me, boring is they had potential, they just squandered it, which is not what happened with Pikachu. I feel like I think Pikachu's just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think mid is a good spot for it.
Dom, are you like really adamant about it being boring?
No.
No. All right. We can just leave it in mid then. I do think this is a fair mid. It's just it's fine.
I truly believe, just like looking ahead, I truly believe like a lot of the Pokemon are just going to be in mid.
Yeah, I think so. Besides Pokemon Trainer, but that's a spoiler.
Oh yeah, definitely. Besides Pokemon Trainer.
Luigi. All right, Dom, this is you.
So I need you to do me a favor.
Okay.
Make a new tier above Kirby.
Above Kirby.
Yeah, man. Put a green. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, perfect. And then the title, it just... Why? Now put him in there. Because I love this man. However, he sucks. They had so many good opportunities to do with him, and it sucks.
Yeah, it is legitimately a huge bummer.
So remember when we talked about like things he could have of like his Luigi's Mansion thing? I had an idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
One of which it was a new Final Smash, where it may or may not be just stuffing them into a painting.
Into a painting?
Into a painting?
Oh, like from Luigi's Mansion! Wait, yeah, oh my god, I get it.
Is that not?
Oh my god, wait.
Yeah, EGAT just pulled up with the
Wait, that's actually so creative. Pause.
Machine. I forget what it's called, but like he just shoves them into a painting.
Wait, that's actually so creative. It's so good.
It's really funny.
Yeah, okay, but even outside of Luigi's Mansion, like, so I was trying to bring this up with Mario. Like, again, Luigi could take the. So my theory with Mario and Luigi, if they were going to make another Smash game, I think Mario should have all the traditional, like, popular power-ups, right? Mario should have moves, like, his up B could be the raccoon, or the Tanuki leaf, right? Simple, right? The most popular flying ability. Luigi could have the propeller mushroom from New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That's his up B. Because it's a little more, you know, like, wacky, right? Like, Luigi's the wacky brother, right? So let him have the kind of, you know, the less traditional power-ups, right? Instead of the fire flower, he could have the ice flower, just as an example.
Right. And another thing I was thinking of is like, because like there's not really a lot of representation of like the Mario RPGs in this game. Like why doesn't Mario have his hammer, for example? Like he uses he uses the hammer in Paper Mario and in Mario.
No, Mario uses his. Yeah, I mean, Mario and Luigi both use their hammers a lot in the side games.
Right, and I'm like for his fireball, why isn't it like it's just a green fireball? Why isn't it like like a shot of electricity from like Mario and Luigi?
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, it's the same as Mario. Okay, to be fair. Okay, here's the thing. So this is gonna sound a little mean, but by technicality, doesn't Mario have more representation than Luigi? Like, Mario has Flood. And what is Luigi's down B? Luigi's down B means nothing. It's just a spin that references nothing.
It's like the tornado, right? Yeah.
That means nothing.
Like while Mario has Flood, Luigi has the Poltergust for his grab and his Final Smash.
True. I guess the Final Smash is... Because I don't think the grab is comparable at all to a... Like, I don't think a grab is comparable to an actual move. But I guess if you're also combining the Final Smash, that's fair. Because Mario's Final Smash is lame.
If we go like that, then...
Either way,
the things we said for Link was...
That being said, no matter what, I think they're right next to each other. I think that's fair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be leaning towards Mario, though. So even though the cape is criminally badly represented, it's still something. It's a power-up from a Mario game.
Right.
Whereas, what does Luigi have as his side B? The charge? What is that? That's 2 moves already that I've listed that mean nothing to Luigi.
Yeah, but it's funny.
It's funny.
And he gets stuck into a wall. Like, come on.
But yeah.
What does Mario have that's funny like that? Nothing.
Okay, to be fair, maybe that's a valid argument, right? Like, Luigi is supposed to be the funny one. So, I guess side B I'm okay with. In that, it doesn't represent anything.
Another thing I do want to mention is that they did, like, Luigi in Smash is more slippery than Mario. He's a little faster than Mario. He jumps a little higher. He has his little kick jump. Like they did at least, like, you know, put all that stuff from like Mario 2 into the game, which is, you know, like, if you didn't do that, like,
okay,
like that's like the least they could have done, but like they actually did it, and it actually changes how we play slightly.
I actually think I'm a little more adamant about Luigi being lower than Mario, because the more I think about it, so Mario and Luigi, they're the first echoes, right, of each other, especially in 64.
The clone characters.
Yeah. So no matter what, I think we can safely agree that echoes are always going to be ranked a little bit lower than the primary, right? Because, you know, you're at that point, you're literally copying the original, right? That's not creative. That's boring. That could even, and again, for Dark Samus, did they even try? That being said, obviously Luigi's moveset's very different from Mario's, but
they did try.
Suddenly, the up B is, like, why'd they even do that for Luigi, right? Like, that's, like, they could have done something different. Down B, why'd they even do that? Because that's Mario's down B from Melee. But then, or not from, yeah, from Melee. But they kept Luigi's down B as Mario's down B from Melee. Like, it's not like they're Luigi's moves. They're Mario's moves, just disguised.
Right.
So I don't know. If y'all are both in agreement that Luigi should be above Mario, I'm not going to fight it too much. I just think Mario has a little bit more representation.
I'm fine with him being below.
Really? Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Like, if they're right next to each other, like, who really cares at that point? But, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think they're very comparable. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you both agree, it's fine then. Whatever.
I just wish, because, like, we mentioned how Mario has, like, a bunch of new skins, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wish they gave, like...
Yeah,
he doesn't even have any, like, special skins. They'll just read his colors.
It's honestly such a bummer.
They should give him, like, sports skins. Like, imagine he had, like, the
Mario Strikers fit.
We could get
the Strikers fit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, they're really
like a tennis outfit.
Skins are so skins in general are such a missed opportunity in Smash. It's such a bummer. Anyway, we got Ness.
Or just Guigi. How does he not have a Guigi skin? Come on.
Come on. We got Ness. What was I going to say about Ness?
This game.
I have not put it down. The only thing I know about Ness is that a lot of his moves are not from his game.
Yes, so that's correct. So I'm a big Mother fan. Specifically, Mother 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. It's actually funny that we're at Ness right now because Earthbound music literally just started playing in my mix. But anyway,
nice.
Yeah, Ness. The problem is that none of Ness and Lucas, for that matter, but we're not at him yet. Their moves are not their own moves from the game. One of their party members uses PK Fire, or it's PSI. It's PSI Fire, PSI Thunder, all that, right? The only move that Ness has that actually is his own move is Flash, which is his neutral B, which fair.
His baseball bat.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. His actual attacks, I think, actually carry him a little bit. Like, he has equipments from Earthbound. He has multiple equipments. The yo-yo and the baseball bat are both two separate equipments that you could equip in the Earthbound RPG. And I think that's cool, right? I think it's cool that they represented two different equipments as attacks, as different Smash attacks. Like, it's not like you're just punching, right? You know, side B is the bat, up B and down B is the yo-yo. Like, I don't know, it's cute, right? It's not, like, especially compared to these N64 characters, they're unique Smash attacks, right?
Right.
I don't think we've ever mentioned, I don't think to this point at all we've mentioned a unique Smash attack. Because they're all boring.
No, because they're all just like, Link's is a sword slash, Donkey Kong's is like a clap.
Very boring.
Mario's is like a...
And like, it's different,
fireball.
right? It's not like I'm just saying, oh, Ness is using his bat. Because no, in Ness's equipment, like, his playstyle does not use the bat. It's only for the Smash attack. Like, it's not like Link where you're using your sword no matter what anyway. You pull out the bat. It's kind of like an Easter egg at that point, right? You pull out the bat. You pull out the yo-yo.
Here's the thing about like, even like the neutral attacks, those can still be references to the games. Like, for example, Mario's is like the punch kick for Mario. It's the exact same punch kick for Mario 64.
Yeah.
Like those can be references. Those can be taken from the actual game. They don't have to be like original, just punches and kicks.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, I agree. So yeah, with Ness, yeah, I think I agree. Okay, the thing is, we're not at Lucas yet, but I think as much like I'm a Lucas main in part, so it bums me out to say it, but I think Ness is much better represented than Lucas, comparatively. First of all, Lucas changed Flash to freeze, so Lucas doesn't even have a move that he can actually learn, whereas Ness does. And on top of that, Lucas's moves aren't like equipments. I mean, he has the stick. That's an equipment, but he doesn't have two equipments. He just kind of does like magic, which
He
is
also has like
fine.
the rope snake.
Actually, no, I disagree. No, I just remembered Lucas's up smash is him pulling out the needle. That's actually kind of fire. I don't know. Maybe they're more comparable than I don't freaking know. We're not at Lucas yet. For Ness specifically,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's a bad idea that they changed his moveset to his party member just because it's more easy to understand, like fire. Like Ness is actually kind of a support character in his game with his magic abilities. So it doesn't really work for a battle game, right? For a fighting game, I should say. So I get it. I don't know. I actually do think he's at least above Pikachu.
That's fine for me. Again, like, but also you have to realize like Pikachu has like, or like a lot of these characters have 20 plus years of history that they can pull from, while Ness really only has.
He only has the one game, yeah. So Ness actually benefits a little bit from that point, but no, like even at the time, like let's just if we were just comparing these characters in N64, I still think Ness would be like one of the higher tiers. Because
because Ness is easily the most unique character.
He is. All of his attacks are interesting. They all represent something from Earthbound. Even if it's not Ness's moves, they're still from Earthbound. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's still game representation.
Yeah, and the characters like we've been talking about, like again, like I said, they have history that's past Smash 64, right, while Ness is just Earthbound. It's literally like he doesn't appear in Mother 3. It's just Earthbound. Earthbound has not been remade, nothing added to it. It's just SNES Earthbound game.
Ness might actually move to good. I just realized something. By the way, let's delete.
Just because like, even if you only have one game, how well they represent that one game,
yeah, they did,
is important.
Wait, maybe he actually is good because yeah, it actually is a good point. He had one game. He represented all the main PSIs. He represented the most. His Final Smash is the most fitting Final Smash, I would say. It's PSI Starstorm. Starstorm is like the ultimate attack in the Mother series. Granted, that's also not learned by Ness, but it's cool.
And another thing is
his party members show up in that Final Smash, don't they?
Right.
Like
there's two schools of thought about this, and that. There's one thing when you're trying to represent a character. You think of a character like Mario, you're trying to represent Mario. You're not trying to represent the Mario series, but you're trying to represent Mario. With Ness, they easily could have been like, let's try and represent Earthbound. Not Ness, but Earthbound.
Right.
And if you take it from that angle, yeah, it makes a lot more sense why they designed him the way they did.
Yeah, I actually, you know what? I kind of had a 180. I originally thought Ness was going to be a little bit lower because, again, they're not his moves. But it doesn't really matter, right? Like, you're still representing your game series, like, very well.
Like again, to talk about a character from later, Pac-Man doesn't really represent Pac-Man. It represents all of the Namco arcade games.
But it's still cool. Like, it's still good representation.
Right. Because sometimes it's not the character, but it's the idea behind the character.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Is Ness above Yoshi? I mean, Ness's Final Smashes are way more interesting than Yoshi's.
True, and Yoshi's Final Smash is not even like from a Yoshi game. It's a Smash original from the Melee intro. Honestly, could be.
Wow,
I'm not gonna be the one to I'm not gonna be the one to officially make that call, though.
Does that give it more points, though? The fact that Yoshi got its own quote-unquote custom Final Smash?
Oh yeah, I guess he did. But I think Ness's Final Smash definitely beats out Yoshi's. because it has his party members show up in the background. Like it's a really good Easter egg. And again, Starstorm is the ultimate move.
Technically, so do Yoshi's party members.
Hey, they got his whole family back there.
That's so different. The Yoshis are not actual characters.
Up with the whole village, dude.
The Yoshis are not actual characters, bro.
You know, on that note, I'm actually fine with Ness being above it, because speaking of that background, they could have given at least one Yoshi a baby Mario on the back.
In fact, did they even try for Yoshi?
If they were going to do anything with that Final Smash, they could have at least made one or two of the Yoshi special.
Okay. I feel good about that. I feel good about that. Insane.
Yeah, honestly, like, thinking about it more as Ness represents Earthbound as not Ness is Ness.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it.
It's a lot higher than I thought it was. Than I thought it would be.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's good. I like that was good. Captain Falcon, Fox Theorem, back at it again. So
all right. So how well does Captain Falcon represent F-Zero?
Yeah, a racing game where he never gets out the car.
I say boring because they gave Wario his bike, and yet I can't do a side B and get in a car and drive people over.
Okay. Here's the thing. This is so weird. So this is weird because everybody knows Captain Falcon's like, if there's gonna be one character out of all of Smash that's like the icon for Smash, I actually think it might be Captain Falcon or Kirby.
Because here's the thing, Captain Falcon is quite literally an original Smash character.
He basically is. No, he actually is.
Like yes, Captain Falcon. He was in you see him in the manual for F-Zero. He existed.
Right, but even
before.
in the game, he doesn't have like a sprite or anything. Like
yeah, no, you didn't really see Captain Falcon like in the game. F-Zero was it F-Zero GX on the GameCube? Was that the one, the GameCube one? Because I think that game actually had like a story mode.
Because here's the thing,
Smash
right?
64 came before that.
Here's the thing. They clearly tried with Captain Falcon.
Oh no, they 100% did. But is it like? And again, it comes back to what I said about Ness. It's not always about representing the character. It's about representing an idea.
Right.
Captain Falcon's fast. F-Zero is
fast.
the fastest racing game Nintendo makes. Like they confirmed they go like hundreds of miles per hour in F-Zero. It's like one of the most dangerous universe or whatever, just because of how fast you're driving. Captain Falcon is one of the fastest characters in the game in Smash.
I'm so conflicted. Okay, no matter what, they can't be. Did they even try? Because whatever.
Right.
It could be literally any of these 3 tiers, and I don't know where.
That's honestly true.
Let me put it like this, right?
So let's put it in this way: does he have more effort put into his character to represent Captain Falcon or F-Zero in general than Pikachu?
What
Yes.
other character besides a Pokemon Pikachu has it?
Well, no, maybe that's not true. Falcon Punch. Falcon Punch is like the Falcon Punch alone. Falcon Punch alone actually carries Captain Falcon so hard for me because like
it totally does. It totally does.
Falcon Punch is the most memed thing in all of Smash history. It's the Falcon Punch. Like what? That is Smash Bros, bruh. It's so weird. This one's so weird to rank. Because it's not fair to say, did they even try? Or even boring. Because it's not boring.
Right, because...
But Pikachu does technically represent his game more. He uses actual Pokemon attacks. But that's not fair to Captain Falcon, because Captain Falcon can't do anything.
So here's the thing. Is his character more... Is it better than Link? At that point is now the question. It's not better than Pikachu, but is it better than Link?
I actually think I at least want to go mid, because the thing is, they were very creative. They were clearly very creative. It's not like Fox. Fox feels kind of boring. Captain Falcon, they really went out of their way to like make a really like unique idea for a character. I think.
And there are a number of characters in Smash that don't have a lot to pull from, so they take an idea based around the game or the character and just run with it, like Little Mac or like I said before, Pac-Man or Piranha Plant. they take an idea and they run with that idea because that idea represents the character or just the series or game that they're from. F-Zero is all about speed and how you can control that speed. That's Captain Falcon. That's how he plays in Smash. He's very fast, but you can easily lose control of the character.
Right. Okay. I don't think he should go to good.
I'm thinking mid on this one.
I don't think he should be good because as much as I think he deserves it, like, at the same time, these two represent their games so well that I don't think it's fair to put Captain Falcon on the same, like, tier. I could actually see him above Pikachu, though, just for the creativity. What do y'all think?
I mean, it easily could be.
Yeah.
I'm so conflicted. Dom, what do you think?
Yeah. Oh, God. I feel like I would put him below Pikachu.
Okay. I'm honestly...
Mainly just because they were really creative. However, I don't know what they could add to him to make him better.
I mean, his final smash is good, I guess.
But for like Pikachu...
I mean, his final smash is quite literally just Blue Falcon. It's quite literally just F-Zero.
I don't know. It is very odd. Smash stage tier list win. Like
True.
Like no, there's something Captain Falcon's got a good representation for. His stages.
His stages are pretty good. His stages are pretty good.
Very interesting. Anyway, final Smash 64 character, my man Jigglypuff.
Pokemon fun. Jigglypuff
has Sing.
Smash 64, he was essentially like a Kirby clone. Besides like the sucking, he had the sleep instead of the sucking, but he was essentially just Kirby, like a floatier version of Kirby.
Okay, I think how did I say Kirby? I think Jigglypuff is at least mid, because now like it has Sing, which obviously everybody knows Jigglypuff is, you know, because of the anime and everything. Jigglypuff sings.
Sing and rest.
Yeah.
Sing and rest.
Rest, I actually don't think is considered at all here because Rest does not act anything like it does in Pokemon. Like, they definitely took their own creative liberties with that move.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would not consider Rest at all. Pound, I guess, is fair because, you know, Jigglypuff's a basic ass mon, so it makes sense that it has a basic ass move. That's its side B.
Rollout.
Rollout's fine.
What about the final smash? Puff up.
It's fine. I think the one reason why I think I might even go above Pikachu is because I really like the idea that they went all in on the balloon aspect of Jigglypuff. Like, it has multiple jumps, right? Which makes sense. I mean, Jigglypuff can float.
If his shield pops,
exactly.
he dies.
The shield popping, I actually think is such a huge, like, Easter egg for it. Like,
yeah,
your shield breaks and you instant die.
Like, how often do you actually break your shield, you know?
But when it happens, you're like, oh, damn. You just instant
like,
die.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, literally. I do think that's really unique. I think that's enough for me, maybe, to bring it above Pikachu. What do y'all think?
Because again, it's one of those things where they went for an idea, not for the actual character. But the actual representation they have for the character, for like the moves like Pound, for the moves like Sleep, or Sing, and like Rollout, like those are like the actual moves that they picked represent Jigglypuff from the games well.
Realistically,
but then they also decided to take their own creative liberties with it.
Realistically, as long as they have Sing, I think that alone would be enough for me to put it in mid. To be honest.
Yeah, I do think about like middle of the tier. Yeah, like mid is fine. Is it better or worse than Pikachu? I'm not entirely sure.
Interesting. All right. That being said, I think that'll be good for now. We did Smash 64. I think we're actually going to stop there. We were originally going to go through Melee as well, but I think this is actually like Yeah, this is like an hour, 15 minutes long. It's like a decent little video here.
That was an hour?
Yeah.
Did not feel like it.
I know. Well, the discussion was interesting. It started off a little bit rough because we didn't have much to base off of, but I think the more further on we got in, I think we started to understand what we wanted to talk about, right?
Right.
Yeah, this is actually kind of an interesting list so far. I'm interested to talk about more of the future characters for sure. But yeah, next time we're going to be doing Melee. So I hope that y'all enjoyed this video here. Make sure to subscribe, like, all that YouTuber stuff. Let me know in the comments if y'all want to see the Melee characters next, and we will do it. The plan is to do all of the characters eventually, so we got plenty more to do. Yeah, tell us where you would change placements, if anything, in the comments. We love reading comments. Anyway, have a great night, everybody. Y'all want to say it? Y'all want to say the line?
Jigglypuff should be behind Pichu or Pikachu.
Wait, do you actually think so?
Yes.
It's your line, man. You got to say it.
Later, manners.